Welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you very much for being here. I am Mario Dakers. Now, this is Arsenal versus Leicester City. Leicester City versus Arsenal. I really do hope that what we did against Benfica is the landmark for moving forward. And each time we get a good result, right behind of it or close to it is another bad result. So I'm hoping that I'm not jinxing the team and we can definitely move forward from what we are seeing and progress far better in performance in accordance to what we're doing right now. Now, before I get into any details, please hit the like button. I would appreciate it if you guys hit the like button, and that would do me wonders. Help me beat the YouTube algorithm. That is the only way I can beat the YouTube algorithm, by you hitting the like button. Now, so this is another big one, and really and truly it's another scary one. I do believe it's another scary one, and I'm really hoping that we can get something done because truth be told, this is really a difficult game. Honestly, this is a difficult game, and I'm hoping that we can set a landmark, as I said before, set the landmark when we defeat Benfica and say, okay, this is the landmark, we're going to move on from here. So, alright, so Leicester City, they are sitting third. We're going to Leicester City home. You know that they are very good at home. But we know the style of how they're going to play. They're going to sit back and try to catch us on counter. What we should do now, during those moments of dominance, we have to capitalize on that. It's a must that we capitalize on those moments of dominance. Because what I realized is that in this season is that most teams, whenever they have their moments of dominance, and that is when they score their goal, and that is when they actually, well, fortunately, get the win. So Leicester sitting third on the table on 49 points. Arsenal sitting 11th on 34 points. If we should win this game, we're going 37 points. Maybe if, depending on how Aston Villa or Tottenham Hotspur's score match go, their game would end it. That would affect what we do. But I'm hoping that it's not a sense in which, because Arsenal tend to fade away when it matters most. So I'm putting the confidence in Arsenal that they can get the job done. Now, our main man for this, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, we've seen him getting some better performances. He was woeful against Manchester City, very poor against Manchester City, and we could say that we're just not getting enough. We're not feeding him enough ball in the right areas for him to be dangerous, like we see what he did against Benfica. Now, their danger man is Jamie Vardy. So Aubameyang is an 8 goal, 1 assist. Jamie Vardy is their danger man and 11 goal and 5 assists. And that is some good stats for a striker, and basically someone that so many people would say that his time is done, but Jamie Vardy is Jamie Vardy. He's never finished. So our last 5 outings against Leicester City, we have lost 3 games, drew 1, and win only 1. The one that we win was in the EFL Cup that we beat them. I think it was 2-0. So, but the last game that we played them, we lost 1-0 at home, at our home, where we saw Nketiah get the red card. Also, David Luiz was injured in that game. We saw Mustafi came on for David Luiz, and yes, it's Mustafi horror show in which Sinji Honda was breaking on the right, beat Kieran Tierney, Gabriel Magalhaes, telling Mustafi to cover him and going to engage Honda, and then Mustafi brain dead. Vardy was in between Mustafi, and then Honda squared the ball to Vardy, and the score was just like that. And that was it. We lost 1-0, and we played good in that game, but we just didn't get the scoreline. So our last game that we played, we defeated Benfica 3-2. Another heartbreaking game for Arsenal fans, to be exact. And they played against Slavia Prague, and they lost 2-0. They lost really bad too as well. Now, in our last 5 meetings between us and Leicester City, we have conceded 7 goals and only scored 3. We have conceded 7 goals and only scored 3 goals. And 2 of those goals was in the EFL Cup. So that is the level of dominance that they have had over us for the longest time period. Now, I'm hoping that we can learn from these situations and better ourselves. Now, let me get into the starting lineup. What I would like to see, taking in consideration of fatigue, players being overplayed. So, in goal, I'm going with Berliner. We know Berliner is the number 1 man. At right back, Cedric Suarez. Bellerin had a very, very bad game against Benfica. Poor, tactically poor. At one point, Mikel Arteta had to replace him, and where we see actually Bukayo Saka filling in the gap in the right back position. Thomas Partey covering Bukayo Saka in that half space down there, and also David Luiz coming across to create cover because that space was left empty because we went all gun blazing. So at centre back pair, David Luiz and Gabriel had a poor performance, but I'm hoping that I would want to see them again and build on that partnership. Rob Holding, for me, too many inconsistency from Rob Holding in regards to decision making. Not only decision making, but there's no way Raheem Sterling, 5'2", can overjump you 6'10", almost 7 foot inside your 18-yard area. You need to learn how to come a bit closer to your mark, to your player. Mark your player closer so you can engage him earlier. That's something that I really like with Gabriel. He loves to engage his marker. So I'm going with David Luiz and Gabriel as a centre back pairing. At left back, Kieran Tierney. Another beautiful game for Kieran Tierney. Captain's performance against Benfica. Beautiful, lovely goal he scored. Each time he went down on the byline, he looked very, very dangerous, whipping those balls in. So in the midfield, double midfield pivot, Dani Ceballos had a very poor game in regards to his mistake. But other than that, his passes were accurate. He created a few chances as well. But those two errors was a big mistake by him, and those 2 errors could have cost us significantly. And can you imagine if those 2 errors would have cost us the European League position in the round of 16 because of Dani Ceballos' 2 errors, and Mikel Arteta would be blamed for those 2 errors. It's just so unfortunate as managers. As manager, you're going to get blamed for those things. So for this, I'm going with Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka in the midfield period. So you know these guys, relatively they're working good together. Since recently, they're working really good together. And in front of them, this is the tricky part because I'm not sure Mikel Arteta will start Saka. So Saka on the right, going with Smith Rowe in attacking midfield position, giving Odegaard a break. Because you could have seen in the last game that Odegaard and other players weren't on the same wavelength. A lot of missed passes, overhit passes, and those type of things. So you can see that himself and other players weren't on the same wavelength. So maybe just by the time is right, when the time is right, further down, like next 3, 4, 5 games, he will be really on the same wavelength with the players in regards to partnership. So Smith Rowe in the central attacking midfield area, and I'm going with Nicolas Pepe on the left side. I think this is a game for Nicolas Pepe. I'm praying that not because Willian came on and gave us an assist in the last game, and that we might tentatively see Willian again in the next game. I am hoping. So Willian came on and did something. I'm hoping that Mikel Arteta does not believe that this is a turning point for Willian and start Willian against Leicester City. So on the left side, I hope to see Nicolas Pepe. It's so unfortunate because up front, I'll go again with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and it is fortunate for Aubameyang, but it's so unfortunate for Alexander Lacazette because he has been in good form but he has been in really good form. But the reason why I'll go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in this game is a game in which, well, Leicester City will try to counter us quite often, and we can use that as an opportunity to break in between their line. Now, one of the things why Lacazette would be suited for this game is that Leicester City might be sitting a bit deep, but I don't think Leicester City will be sitting deep because they want to win this game. They want to continue that winning run, so they won't be sitting deep. and try to catch us on counter, because they have seen what we have been doing recently in regards to teams that are sitting deep against us. We are scoring goals, something that we weren't used to or wasn't doing back then, is actually score goals against teams that are sitting deep, and we're doing that now. So I don't think that is something that Brendan Rodgers would want to come to us. And now they just dropped out of the Europa League, so they don't have any trophy or anything that they can go for. No trophy at all for this season. So their best hope is seal top 4. So I think that they will go all out in this game and they'll come and attack us. So with them attacking us, space in behind, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he loves space, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, plus space, plus keeper, plus goal, plus ball, equal goal, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So that is in my starting lineup. Let me run it again. In goal, Bernd Leno. At right back, Cedric Suarez. At left back, Kieran Tierney. The defensive double as... Yes, the defensive double being David Luiz and Gabriel Magalhaes. In front of him, the double pivot would be Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. In the attacking 3 in front of them would be Bukayo Saka on the right, Nicolas Pepe on the left, Emil Smith-Rowe in the attacking midfield position, and up front, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And for this, I am definitely predicting a 2-0 victory for Arsenal Football Club, because we need this, we want this. This one will be important for us, and we've been defending really good since of recently. The 2 goals that scored against us in the last game against Benfica were self-inflicted injuries, and I think that we can eradicate those out. Once we don't have any self-inflicted injuries, we are unlikely to concede a goal. We are less likely to concede a goal. So that is it for me. As I said, 2-0. If you're this far in the video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Now, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Military Guna TV. I am Mario Dakers, and guess what? I am out.